Your
I'll
intent
even
is
kick
good.
out the prostitute.
Please don't.
No.
Yeah.
All right, before we begin the show, let's thank our sponsors. First and foremost, our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut. All natural, non-GMO coconut water with natural electrolytes and no added sugar. You can choose from pure blueberry, pineapple, watermelon, sparkling energy, and chocolate flavors with Once Upon a Coconut. Stay hydrated and refreshed. And if you're wondering why it tastes so darn good, it's due to a combination of factors, including the freshness and sweetness of young coconut water, the lack of additives, and the natural electrolytes present. And the best part about it, Once Upon a Coconut, 10% of profits go to charity that benefit our communities, including the Down Syndrome Foundation, Breast Cancer Foundation, Leukemia Society. Good things, good people, great product. So you can grab it at some Sprouts. You can grab it on Amazon. You can go online to find a store near you or purchase it right there off of their website, onceuponacoconut.com. It is delish. Big thanks to Inspect All Pest Services, our buddy Nick and the crew over at Inspect All Pest Services, providing the highest quality termite, pest, and wildlife control. That's not all they do. Inspect All can take care of your insulation, pressure washing, gutter maintenance, and other home services in Metro Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Remember, seasonal, you get different bugs and critters all around your house, so you want to go with the best in the business, and that would be one of our fine sponsors from day one, InspectAllServices.com. It's the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, with the Aurora Law Firm, best darn defense attorney in the world, litigating all over the United States, based out of Georgia. We're talking criminal defense, white-collar crime, DUI, drug offenses, appeals, and more. And you can always get your legal questions answered by the Mad Dog, Manny Aurora, by getting those to me. And when he pops up on a show, you get your questions answered. So go to thebaileyshow.com and we'll get those questions to the Mad Dog. The Aurora Law Firm.com. He is the best in the business when it comes to therapists. There's no doubt about that. I use them, and so should you. We're talking about Dr. David Markwell with Ridgeline Counseling. He's got 10 therapists in-house, 3 different locations there in Georgia, one across from Sprayberry High School in Sandy Plains in East Cobb, Marietta near the Square in McKaysville, just outside of Blue Ridge. But if you're not in Georgia and you need to talk to the good doctor, then you can go online and get virtual sessions. RidgelineCounseling@gmail.com if you'd like to email him directly, or go online to markwelltherapy.com. There is no better time to check if your insurance is any good. That's why FBC Insurance is waiting for you to reach out. You can call them at 888-308-1841 or email them info@FBCinsuranceservices.com. I just switched up my car insurance because I got a better deal at FBC Insurance. They were the people to find it. Perfect for new homeowners, especially if you're trying to reshop those current insurance policies. 5-star service, multi-policy, bundled discounts, and they're going to shop every carrier out there to find the best insurance for your house, flood, storm season, auto, motorcycle, boat, recreational vehicle, or just a personal policy. 888-308-1841 or go online, FBCinsuranceservices.com. Another one of our great sponsors in storm season. You have to talk to the good people at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia. Family owned and operated. They are a Generac generator dealer, founded in 2012. So storm season, power goes out. Who knows when it's coming back on? Don't be that guy or girl that does not have a backup plan and having power for whatever it be, especially medical devices, fans, air conditioning, so on and so forth. Offering sales, service, installation, and repair of automatic home standby and portable generators, every single one of you. When you become a customer at Alternate Power Solutions of Georgia, you get an upgraded warranty, free monitoring, and warranty repair. A+ rating with a BB&B, and you pay nothing until the job is complete. Call or request a free home assessment and go to their website, poweringgeorgia.com, or buzz them at 770-853-7571. Use the discount code Bailey, my last name, and get $500 off your entire installation. All right? Servicing Georgia and Tennessee. Again, another great sponsor of the BS podcast that is going to come to your aid here during storm season. And I'm talking about Cliff Bratcher and Jayco Contracting. This one hits home for me because I needed advice from Cliff and Jayco Contracting when my mother got a hole in her roof. Now, Jayco Contracting helping the good folks out in Georgia. And if you're in Georgia, you call him this storm season just to know that you're going to be taken care of when that tree falls through your roof or your shingles come off or a hole somehow appears. service, right? They are a platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, licensed and insured roofing and gutter specialists covering all of Georgia. Keep in mind, if you've not gone through this process, Cliff and Jayco Contracting are going to take care of it from start to finish. That means dealing with the insurance companies. That can be a headache and a negotiation, and they're the best to do it. Commercial and residential satisfaction guaranteed. JaycoContracting.com, or 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You give Cliff Brasher a call at 770-316-3876. Alive Ozone Therapy Spa in Altamont Springs, Florida. This is mine and my wife's wellness spa. If you have an autoimmune, cancer, HIV, just simple biohacking, long COVID, the answer is yes to just about anything that's going on in your body. Most of the time it starts with inflammation, and ozone therapy, it decreases inflammation. So ozone therapy, we are the first and only to do it in Central Florida. That is a live ozone therapy spa. We also offer red light therapy, halo therapy, pressotherapy, PMF grounding mat, as well as naturally in-house made ozone infused products like the magnesium butter that many of you absolutely love. Ozone therapy, what is it? Quickly, it repairs and rejuvenates your cells to the mitochondrial level by using activated oxygen. Simple as that. No side effects. That's all there is to it. It's a 30-minute session, and you actually burn up to 600 calories when you're in the Hocket sauna. We do it the most non-invasive way. So whether you're in the area or you want to travel, book an appointment, aliveozonetherapyspa.com. All the products you can get there as well. And remember, for you two peers, use the discount code BS10 to take that off those online products. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. And if you are a listener of this podcast and you need any of our great sponsors, please reach out to them. Now, let's begin.
What do we want to talk about?
To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Welcome to the Bailey Show podcast. A guy show women love to listen to.
Intellectually immature nonsense.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
That's BS.
Okay, then, let's do it.
Yeah, there it is. Your Freebay episode 371 of the BS podcast. Thanks for being here. My name's Jason Bailey. There's the Bald Badger, Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin.
Howdy, Bailey. How are you, sir?
Good. There's Fox with two X's. Hello, Melissa Fox.
Hey, headbands are coming back.
Headbands are coming back. I had a guy, his name's Mike. He works for a company called Cool View. I had him tint my windows in my house. This was a badass, cool-ass dude, and I love headbands. I grew up Axl Rose headband, bandanas. I almost got arrested for stealing a $1.29 bandana my senior year in high school from a Kmart. I'm a bandana guy. When I play tennis, which I haven't done in a very long time, I got to get back to that. I'm the bandana guy. Anyway, he was wearing a headband, and I was like, that looks cool. But I don't think two dudes hanging out together, one guy sweaty because he's doing man work, the other guy should come up to him and go, hey, bro, your headband's cool. I just thought that was a little out of place.
Like a Napoleon Dynamite type moment. Headband, bro.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was the right time and place. But I'm thinking it in my head. I'm going, God, this guy can wear the hell out of a headband.
You look like Andre Agassi.
You look cool. You look really, really, really cool. Well, welcome. Thank you for listening to the Freebay episode of the BS podcast. It's a guy show women love to listen to. We have 3 different shows, 5 days a week on the BS network. TheBaileyShow.com. Mondays, I release an episode of my wife called Honey, I Raised the Kids, about us becoming empty nesters. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, it's the BS. We talk about everything up top and everything in between. So if you want all the episodes and hundreds of episodes in the past, thousands of hours of content, Tuesday and Thursdays are subscription episodes. Watch them because we've got the video aspect of it on Spotify. I don't think the other platforms do that. You can be a subscriber by going to thebaileyshow.com. It's only $4.99 a month, and you get those Tuesdays and Thursdays episodes. And then Fridays, it's another Freebay episode. It's a podcast called The Vinyl Road Podcast. Myself and Brad Stewart, the bassist for Saliva, former bassist for Shinedown, original bassist for Shinedown, and former bassist for Fuel. We do a podcast about rock and roll, life on the road, life in general, and everything in between there. So 3 different shows, 5 days a week. It's the BS Podcast Network. Subscribers and sponsors. We've got great sponsors. We've got a great title sponsor. And Once Upon a Coconut, I got blueberry right now. Blueberry. I think, Ben, you have a chocolate or did have a chocolate.
I used to.
Used to have a chocolate.
It is diminished capacity currently.
Without a doubt, the best coconut water on the market, onceuponacoconut.com. Find a store near you. It's new to the market, so not every store is going to have it. They're getting in gradually just about everywhere, but you can order it online. They actually have a variety pack online, which is cool. And because you're a 2P or a listener of the BS Podcast, you get a discount. So use the discount code BS Podcast 10 at checkout to save some gatuses on your Once Upon a Coconut water at onceuponacoconut.com. Definitely. The first one that you're going to drink is the chocolate. Now, I'm doing blueberry just because I'm in a blueberry mood right now.
Have you had the energy?
I have.
Do they have flavored energy ones too?
No, it's just straight up coconut water in your face energy.
Okay. Is it awesome?
It's awesome.
Okay. I haven't had that one.
So coconut water is good for you. Like the electrolytes, it's the good sugar. This is going to be and I'm not a sweet guy. Like I don't like sweets. This one's going to be a little bit sweeter. The reason being is they use a younger coconut. I know this is technical, a younger coconut in their coconut water. So that means that you're going to get a certain kind of sugar, good sugar for those electrolytes getting in your body. But we give them out, like when people come into a live ozone therapy spa, we give them out, Ben, as you well know, to our patients, because if you're going into the Hocket sauna for ozone therapy, you need to be hydrated. So this is almost like with those electrolytes, an instant hydration, or afterwards get you hydrated when you get out. Like the other day, I wasn't feeling well at all. I got hit with the nasty bug, and I usually can get through the 30 minutes in the Hocket sauna, no problem. I was struggling because I had so much funk and I was detoxing so hard. So when I got out, I needed to hydrate quick. So I grabbed Once Upon a Coconut and I felt great. And then I went into the IR sauna and got halo therapy. And
I did like a therapy overload the other day. Not overload. It was awesome. I did presso and then I did Hocket and then I did halo therapy. So I did sauna. So when I came out, I actually did an electrolyte shot and chased it with the pineapple coconut water. Man, I needed it too. I was feeling beat up.
If people will go to a store, grocery store, of course, and ask, or rather, they cannot find the coconut drink. What's it called? Once Upon a Coconut.
Thanks for title sponsor. Great.
I know that. I wanted to make sure we got it right. But my point is, if you go to a grocery store, you don't find it there, go to customer service and ask them if they would.
Right.
Yeah, make that extra effort, and your store will make, if they get enough requests.
Like somebody that works at Walmart goes into Walmart and says, hey, I know Melissa Fox. You should carry Once Upon a Coconut.
Could happen.
Get it on the shelf. It's tough to get that space, man. It is a challenge. Like you've got to know people to know people to know people.
If they got Prime everywhere, then they got to have the Once Upon a Coconut. That's all I'm saying.
So,
way better.
So the other day, we're actually right by Alive. This is if you wear On Clouds, like the shoe, like I'm a big On Cloud fan. I've got a bunch of them. When I was in California, I found a little secret because they're not the cheapest shoe. They're not the most expensive, but they're not the cheapest. Any pair is going to run you about $150.
Oh.
And I used to be so I wouldn't spend over $50 for a sneaker. I used to be like that. But then I got plantar fasciitis and I realized that you do get what you pay for. There's something in a good sneaker. So what helped me get out of the plantar fasciitis was a couple different things, but changing my shoe. I love On Clouds. So I'm all in on the On Clouds, but they're so damn expensive, right? When I was in California, I found a little trick to the trade. Nordstrom Rack is the only brick and mortar that I know of that you can get them at a discount. And when I say at a discount, I'm talking like $50 cheaper.
That's steep.
Yeah. So if you're getting 3 pair of shoes, I mean, you're technically getting one for free, right? Because you're saving $50 a pair. So I go in there, and the one in California used to have a huge selection, a great selection. Moved back to Orlando, go into the Nordstrom Rack in Winter Park. they didn't have shit. And so I would occasionally pop in there, and I needed new sneakers because I've been I wear them so much that I'm just wearing the backs out of them. And I go in there and they like just got a shipment in, and they've got all these different flavors. I'm like, oh my God. And I don't want to go crazy. And so I didn't need permission, but I just needed a little nudge. It's like, oh, Rach. And I'm like, oh my God, they've got all these different flavors of On Clouds. I was like, I just got to pick the one or two that I need.
I thought you were a black on black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the problem. That actually is the problem, because when I find something I like, I buy numerous pairs. Like if I find a t-shirt that I like, I'll buy like 4 or 5 of that same shirt.
Yep.
And I'm a black guy. Love black.
No, you're not a black guy. You were a very white guy.
A black on black sneaker. And like the original On Clouds are these like slip-ons that are black on black. And I've gone through like 3 pair like nothing. They had them. Very rare that they have them. Rach is like, well, buy them out. So they had 2 pair. So I buy 2 pair. I needed another black on white. So I bought that pair. Then they had all these different flavors. They had red, which I couldn't find online. I needed red because University of Alabama football season, when I go up there, I need red sneakers.
Oh, Jesus.
So I get red. Then I saw these cool gray and green ones. I'm like, dude. Then they got these Federers. Roger Federer, he's got a thing with them.
Fetterman?
Federer. Roger Federer.
Oh, that the tennis guy?
Tennis guy.
Yeah, not the congressman.
Yeah.
Oh.
The congressman does not have an endorsement with On Cloud. I promise you that. And
Okay.
So I these are cool. They're white on green. I was like, I might wear those. I'm going to buy those. So I got a shopping cart full of sneakers. Then I felt guilty. It's like, I can't buy myself all this stuff without buying my wife something. So I go over to the chick section. They got some cool ones over there. So I bought Rach a pair. So I've got like 7 pair of sneakers, right? That I'm going. I go and I check out. Don't even ask. And so I've been wearing them this week. So the other day, for the first time, like when you wear the shoe for the first time, you're a little uneasy because you don't want to get
Don't
dirty.
scuff it.
You don't
Apprehensive, yeah.
Now, back in the day when you were a kid, there was a trend where you didn't want brand new sneakers for some reason. When like I was in middle school, you did not want brand new sneakers on, so you would actually put dirt on them. Right.
I know why. Because the kids would step all over the top of your shoes if you came in with new shoes. At least in my middle school, they would all try to come over and dirty the front of your shoes.
Well, it was like you were a rich kid if you had brand new sneakers.
Oh yeah.
It was like, so you get picked on, made fun of. So you'd scuff them up a little bit. You put a little dirt on there and scuff them up. Anyway, not the case anymore. So I'm going to take care of these sneakers. I'm going to take care of them as good as possible. So I'm running around the house. I got the black on white with the white soles, which I'm not a huge fan of white soles, but I got the black on white. Their sneakers are more workout shoes, kind of training exercise shoes. And I go outside with the dogs, everything's good. Come back in. And I'm just like, oh man, Jenna, our half calf, half terrier Jenna, the one that we rescued from my mom, the one with diabetes, she's got a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Only 1% of dogs have diabetes, but this dog, number 1s and number 2s, more than any dog that I've ever seen in my entire life of America. Like I have got stock in pee-pee pads. I spend hundreds of dollars.
You've got to spend a fortune. I've seen how many you go through just when I'm there.
Hundreds of dollars of pee-pee pads. And I go to like Bell's Outlet where they're fairly cheaper because she's constantly going to the bathroom all the time. Like at night, she'll get out of bed. At least she goes on the pads. But she'll get out of bed and she'll duty like 3 times during the night without eating anything. And it's worse now because I have to give her this certain powder. The doctor said, give her this powder. This will help her. And it makes it smell even worse. So it'll wake you up in the middle of the night. That's how bad it is. Anyway, so I'm smelling this in the house. I'm like, Jenna, I'm looking at the normal spot where the pee pad and I don't see anything. I'm going, where is this smell coming from?
Oh no.
Is it hanging off her butt? I hate that.
Nope.
It's on the On Clouds.
Oh no, it's on the shoes.
Brand new on the shoes. Brand new.
Oh, I hate that. Stepping in shit is the worst.
Crushed my seat, man.
Fox, you might not know this about Bailey yet. He has he has a thing. He's not a big fan of discussing butt stuff and things that happen there. So I'm sure this is a challenge for you to have to put it on your foot.
Well, it's actually helping me get somewhere. So, anyway, so I'm smelling like, oh my God. So I throw the shoes in the garage and I gotta clean it off. And nobody's invented the duty shoe cleaner yet, which is crazy. Like nobody's invented something where you can just put a shoe in and it cleans all the duty off and you don't have to get a
Vaporize
or a piece of bark or something like that. You know,
Oh.
it just sucks, right? It just absolutely sucks. So these dogs are so odd. And Jenna eats so much and she's an aggressive eater. I don't know why. I mean, it obviously came from somewhere. She's a great girl. She loves me. She's a lovable dog and I love her to death. I don't know how much more time we have with her. She's losing her sight. She's going blind. But it's so bad. Like, you know, and Milton don't get along at all. Milton's our oldest and he's the dick. And he's getting worse. You know, he's barely moving and, you know, it's getting to that time. So in the morning when I wake up, in order to feed the dogs, like Rach has already gone to a live ozone therapy spot of work and I'm in charge, obviously the dogs, house dad. It's an hour process. Now, this is where I have an interesting story. This is why it's getting me here. The duty on the shoe to the mystery dog bowl feeding theory. So we've got 5 dogs. We've got old man Milton. We've got diabetes Jen. We've got fat Max. He's great. Lovable dude. Doesn't do any wrong. Doesn't listen well, but he's a great dog. We got King Henry. King Henry's great.
Cavalier.
Younger ones. Then the youngest is Tutu's, Petunia. She's the baby, the princess. She does nothing wrong. She's the best.
That's Rach's road dog.
Oh.
Well, it's supposed to be my dog, but she comes to me when she has to go out.
Yeah.
She snuggles with her. It's bullshit.
Mm.
So I've got 5 dogs to feed each and every morning. 5 dogs to feed each and every morning. And and they have different food. So Jenna has a different food, a special like prescription
diet.
food. And then I have to put that powder. I have to put the water on it. I have to let it sit. I have to give her a B12 shot in the mouth. She has insulin that I have to give her for every feeding. Then I give them a chewy treat. I cut up carrots. I do have this chicken patty thing, this dry food that I put in there. I put a garlic on their food that helps repel fleas and ticks.
Chef Bailey.
And then I put a little dabble of chicken broth for taste, so they eat it.
Yeah.
So I put the food down. I put Jenna's food down first. She crushes. Not a problem eating. I put Fat's food down second on different side of the kitchen. No problem. He's crushing. I put King Henry and Tutu's food down on the floor in a different place, and they get the choo-choo treat out and go over to the pee-pee pads to eat it. Follow me. I put down Mr. Milt's food. He's actually gotten pretty good lately of eating his food at that point, but very protective. Don't even look at him funny or he's going to growl. Here's the weird thing, and maybe somebody can help me with this because I find this very fascinating. You would have to, I guess, understand our kitchen layout, but just think of a square, right? And I've got Jenna in one corner eating. Fat and Milton are outside this square. They're on the other side of the island. And then inside, I originally had Henry and Petunia's bowls maybe 3 feet apart in this area. They wouldn't eat. They would watch everyone else eat, especially Jenna. Now, Jenna doesn't necessarily growl at those two. And she tries to eat their food and she's kind of a bully, but she's not aggressive like that. And they watch and they wait for her to finish her food. So I'm like, this is weird. So let me move the bowls to a different part of the house. I even put it in the dining room, which is next door. And they did the same thing. And they're still about 3 or 4 feet apart. So I'm trying all these different configurations of the dog bowls. I'm like, there's got to be a trick to this. So then I take Petunia's and Henry's dog bowl, put it back in the same area, but I put it close together and they started eating. Isn't that odd? Isn't that weird?
It is odd.
I mean, there's got to be a theory behind that, right?
There's got to be some sort of connection to each other that they have. Like they've bonded somehow on an ethereal level, which affects their eating habit.
Right.
Is this
They know
a new issue? It just happened?
No.
He noticed it.
Yeah, well, it's been going on for a while. I just haven't figured. I was like, look, if you're not going to eat, you're not going to eat. You'll eat when you're hungry. You'll figure it out.
A slight sidebar. Now, you stepped in dog shit. All right. Which is worse, stepping in gum or stepping in dog shit?
Okay, well, let's figure out the dog bowl mystery first, and then we can go
I thought
we'll boomerang back to the.
Yeah, and we can go back to.
I thought we were finished with that, man. Please go on.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm going, at first I thought that there was they were scared of Jenna, right? They were afraid of Jenna and they wouldn't want to eat in the same room until she was done. It was like an authority thing.
I can see that.
But she doesn't have that with him outside of this. And so the only thing now that I can think of is kind of what you were saying, Ben, right? You have because those two are the closest, like they are really close together. Even 3 feet apart is too far. Those dog bowls have to be close together. They have to eat together in sync at the same time. I don't know if anybody else finds this fascinating. I find it extremely fascinating that, I mean, I guess you had, it would be even more maybe entertaining. Maybe it's not entertaining at all, but it'd be even more entertaining if you would have watched me play musical dog bowls. Like I'm literally in this section of my house, taking these dog bowls and putting them in different spots because I'm like, there has to be some type of configuration, but that's got to be it. It's got to be a connection.
I think you should feed them pasta and see how long it takes for a Lady in the Tramp situation to take place.
Well, that's the other thing. He's like, you like, I'll put peanut butter in there. I'm like, okay, I need you to get it. I need you to eat it right now. That's not a problem. If you put something special in there, but it's their normal food. They won't eat it unless they're right together. It's
sweet and cute.
Now, here's the other kicker too. It's Petunia's the problem. Petunia's the problem. King Henry was pretty good. Petunia will eat out of other people's bowls. So she'll wait till they're done and whatever's left over, she'll go to their bowls and eat like she's eating. It's like she's an orphan. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I can't figure it out. And it's driving me nuts. And I know there's like a dog whispering psychology behind this.
What's that guy's name? Caesar
Milan.
Caesar Milan. Yeah. We gotta get Caesar Milan.
Get him on here.
Yeah, I got to get Caesar Milano. He would probably get a kick out of that. Now, it's going to be rough, when the day with Jen and Milton, which is coming, not that far off. But Ben, not a dog owner, living now in the back of his parents' house in a tiny house because
not yet.
But in order to move, he will no longer have to feed his pets, which he's one of those weird snake owners.
We've covered the reasoning behind this, though.
Oh, because you inherited it from like an ex or something, right?
Well, I got into snakes because the ex's son, he was 8, 9 years old, and he loved snakes. So it was our bonding thing. And now we're not together. I still got these damn snakes. And I ended up with 2 of his.
Well, shouldn't that have told you something? Like, I'm going to bond with this new chick's kid and I'm going to suck it up and be a snake lover. And she breaks up with you or whatever the case may be. And you're not
Bailey, lots of things should have told me something about that relationship that I didn't pick up, but here we are. I ended up being a weird snake guy instead of having a hot chick with a kid.
Yeah, don't you think you held on the snakes a little bit too? Did you hold on the snakes going, she might come back. And if she does, I got to keep them so I can continue to bond with the kid.
Yep.
It wasn't even about her coming back. I still assumed that I would have some relationship with the kid. He moved on.
Oh yeah. No, he's probably used to daddies and uncles coming through that door.
How long ago was this?
It ain't that bad, Fox. Damn. Since what? They lived with me or?
Oh boy.
Well, no, go back to the very beginning. When did you start dating this chick?
Oh God. Right. COVID.
So 2022?
2020.
2020? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long were you with her?
Not long. I'll just put it that way. I pursued her for 2 years. We were together for 3 months.
But you moved her in with the kid?
Oh, she moved in after we had broken up. Apparently she was seeing somebody else at that point.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
right.
What you know, we don't. So don't. Yeah. So hold on. 2020, you meet said girl. Let's call. No.
Met her in like 2018,
Okay.
2015, maybe. I don't know. Knew her a while.
Pursued her
For years.
Could we say stalk?
No.
I think it's close.
Pretty close. Pursue and stalk, pretty same thing.
All right, whatever.
Like, what do you mean pursuing? Like, you just happen to show up at the same bar she was at?
Oh, creepy.
She was a bartender. It wasn't a challenge. She was
Okay.
just there.
You would show up at that bar more often than normal.
Wait, you
Oh,
were
yeah,
that guy
100%.
that dated the bartender? Oh.
I was a bartender. It's not a big deal.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And you would buy drinks and over tip.
Pay her bills on occasion, probably. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So
Don't we all?
trying a little bit too hard.
Oh, yeah.
And okay. And she's probably at some point in those 2 years dating somebody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would you ask her out, or were you just kind of flirtatious?
No, flirtatious. Definitely. Yeah. Didn't really ask her out too often.
So
Every
she
once in
could,
a while, maybe.
if I were to ask her, she'd be like, well, I never knew he was interested. I just thought
Right.
he was a customer.
Ben's game is not up to par.
No, she was well aware.
Oh, how was she well aware if you never told her?
I mean, it was blatant enough where it was like, all right, eventually we're gonna date.
Okay, well, for a guy to think that is one thing. For a woman to think that is a because I asked you, did you ever tell her you were interested? You said
No, you said, do you ever ask her out? That's not the same question, Bailey. I didn't say, hey, would you like to go on a date? I'd just be like, eventually we're gonna go on a date. It's just, we're not there yet.
But you never asked.
Ben.
But you, I mean, there's probably 100 guys that were saying that to her.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because she's a bartender and decent looking.
Yeah, so dating a bartender is different than dating anybody else. They get these lines all the time. So unless you specifically say to that bartender,
I know the game. I understand how the bartender dating thing works, and
Okay.
So she was aware that there was interest. I just she wasn't. She fought it off for a long time. It was after the heart attack where she was like, "Oh my God, I might lose this guy." And then we dated for like 3 months, and she was like, I don't think I care if I lose this guy.
well, that's what I'm telling you. No, she did not know, unless because she gets hit on all the time, and guys will say the same stuff. We're going to go out on a date. I'm going to marry you. She hears it so often, she's desensitized to it. So unless you specifically say to her, hey, look, I'm really interested in you. I'd love to take you out to dinner. She didn't know for 2 years. I mean, you can think that. Guys think that. We like to think that, but she didn't know.
But she did. It wasn't like it was only at the bar where we hung out. Like I'd go to her house and we'd have dinner. We'd hang out. No, she had a pool. We'd hang out at the pool. I hung out with her son. We just weren't dating. We were just good friends at that point. And I'm like,
so
this is
you're
inevitable.
You're friends, but you've never told her that you were interested.
I don't understand where I didn't need to be like, hey, let's break this down. It was not necessary to.
Unless you tell somebody then you're in the friend zone. You just said we were good friends.
We were good friends. I told her how I felt. I never had to be like, hey, we're going to go on a date. I just be like, when are we going to finally be a thing?
No, you would say that. You would say, hey, we're going to go out on a date. You did say you said that.
Mm-hmm.
What implication do I need? I was friend zoned for 2 years and then I wasn't. That's
my point. That's what you just said. That's my point.
Just say it.
Right, but then you broke up with her and let her move in, and she moved in because of the heart attack.
She broke up with me. I let her move in because she was having a hard time with some bills and stuff. I had a 3-bedroom house.
He paid some bills. This is like catfishing, only in person.
Oh my God, you got jobs.
He's getting upset.
I appreciate you putting the salt in the wound here.
No, I don't know the story. I'm just trying to understand.
Heartbreak sucks. It's painful, especially when there's kids involved. Okay, so put it this way, Bailey. You say you dated Rach before you guys got married or anything, and you met the kids and you fell in love with the kids, and then it didn't work out and the kids go away.
Nope.
Happens.
Fucking heartbreaking, dude. So like I'm still, huh?
Not my kids.
Okay. I guess I'm not as hardcore as you. I thought he was going to be my kid. I thought
out of sight, out of mind.
Let me finish what I'm saying, Fox. I thought he was going to be my stepkid. And so anything I could do to hold out hope that was going to work out, I was doing, and
Yeah,
it
but
didn't work out. So let me finish, man. Don't let me get where I'm going here.
Oh, I'm
I
saying.
held on to the snake. No, dude, let me finish what I'm saying. You brought this shit up. Now we're going to get into it.
Hey,
So
hey,
I brought up snakes.
yes, and now you kept digging, and now we're getting to the meat of the thing. I was going to do anything I could to hang on to that connection.
Uh-huh.
And I held out hope for as long as I could, and now hope is completely gone. So are the snakes 2 this weekend?
Okay. So
There we go.
The snakes are. I don't even care about the snakes anymore. This relationship thing is too good.
Yeah.
So you were hanging out in 2018. You chased her for 2 years, and then in 2020, what was the catalyst?
I had a heart attack.
So you having a heart attack,
Yeah.
made
sympathy boy. Yeah.
well. So
Oh, no.
Fox, you're killing me. So what was the catalyst? Okay, the heart attack happened, but what was the exact verbiage that was said and by whom that made you guys an item after the heart attack? Like, where were you? Walk me through that.
So when I had the heart attack, I was with her and her son. We were golfing in at the Tee It Up range in Oviedo.
Okay.
And I just wasn't feeling right. Something was wrong. She was kind of annoying the shit out of me because she's like, "There's a hospital across the street." I'm like, "I'm having a panic attack. Relax. I'm a dude. I'm not going to the hospital for a panic attack." When we got in the car, her son, he said, "Are we going to play football when we get home?" Because that was kind of our thing. We'd go back to the house and play Madden. And I was like, "You know what? I think tonight I'm probably just going to drop you and your mom off, and I'm going to go home because I don't feel well." And she said at that moment she realized it was kind of serious because I didn't tell him no for much. So when we were leaving, she was like, "Just go to the hospital and let them take your blood pressure." And I'm like, "Fine, bitch. Like, you've annoyed me to the point where I'm just gonna shut you up."
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I was like, "Fine."
Just trying to help.
Yeah, but
I was like, Jesus.
oh yeah, I was like, "Fine, bitch."
Or
I actually said that. I'm like, "God, I didn't say it in front of her son, but yeah, I did too." But I was in the middle of a massive heart attack at that moment, so she kind of saved my life, and she has no problem reminding me of that still. But I went from there. I had to get transferred to Sanford to actually have heart surgery.
wow.
And it was
Put a
just her and
stent.
my family were the only ones that were there. And when she came in the room, we were holding hands, and we just stopped not holding hands for 3 months. We just didn't let go. So
That's what I was trying to get at. So it's like a daytime soap opera. You're in the bed, you're recovering.
yeah,
Thank God for this girl and her
Yeah.
intuition.
that
And-
bitch.
that bitch, that horrible person that was trying to get you to the hospital because you're having a heart attack. God, what a horrible whore. So she's holding your hand. Thank God you're okay. Oh my God, I don't know what I would have done if something would have happened to you. One of those types of things, right? And there was no word spoken like "I love you" or "we're boyfriend girlfriend" or Facebook official. It was just the natural transition of heart attack, hand holding, and we just assumed we're a thing now.
Yeah, I mean, there was. I don't remember a conversation of "I love you." I don't remember. It just
happened.
there
Yeah.
we were. I do remember sitting on the front porch of the house she was in, and her son was out playing in the front yard, and she and I are just sitting there on the steps, holding hands, drinking coffee, and she was like, "You want to marry me, don't you?"
Ooh.
And
You
I'm like,
said-
"Yeah, this is like."
Yeah.
What was that artist? Damn it, the artist that did all the New York Post covers, Norman Rockwell. I'm like, this is a Rockwell moment. Of course, this is perfect. I've got this great kid. I've got this hot chick. This amazing house we're at right now, which I didn't even live in, but I
old's
was
the
there
kid?
way more often. Huh?
How old's the kid?
Now,
No. Then.
he would have been 10,
10. Okay.
maybe 9. Yeah.
Good age. All right. So one of the things that got you suckered into this was because you don't have a dad. So, because I know the feeling, it's the bastard theory, right? Like,
No, I've never not had a dad.
Your
I thought you just said stepdads.
I wanted to be his stepdad, but I
Where's
don't
your
understand what you mean.
Where's your real
I-
dad?
He died about 5 years ago.
About 5 years ago. Okay, so okay,
But I've never not had a dad or a father figure.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Okay. Well, even so, like your father had passed while you were going through this with her. So that could have had some kind of effect because look, whether especially guys want to admit it or not, I've gone through this with my stepson. I went through it as a kid. I went through it when I became a stepfather to my stepkids. It's like this thing that you like, if you are without and you want to give because you don't want them to be without,
Yeah.
it's a totally different level that not a lot of people can relate to. So understand that. Anyway, you're in the hospital, you get released. You guys are together 3 months. You out of the hospital move in with her.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Never moved in with her, but I was there all the time. I mean, I spent way more time there than my house.
Okay. I thought you said you lived in a house that wasn't yours.
It was her house.
Yeah.
And I would spend all the time there with her. It was picturesque. It was a historic downtown Sanford, beautiful thing.
Okay, but you didn't live there.
No, I just was there more often than not.
More often. Okay. So you guys are together for how much? 3 months?
Yeah, at that point. Now, again, I had spent probably the previous year at least half the time there too. We just weren't dating at the time.
Okay. And did you say she took, you paid for a lot of stuff?
A lot of bills.
Yeah. No, it's not like I would just pay her bills. I'm saying every once in a while at the bar, if I knew she was having a slow month, that I would overtip or something. Sure.
Okay. And then she broke up with you. How did she break up with you?
So I leaned in for a kiss one day and she backed off. I'm like, what the hell is this? She goes, COVID, and you're still out working and stuff. And I'm like, okay. All right. So I see we're already pulling back here.
Lame.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
What mean pulling back?
I asked you, why did she break up with you? What was the reason?
Yeah.
You didn't ask me the reason. You asked me what happened. So do you want the reason or do you want what happened? They're not the same thing.
Okay. Well, give me both, I guess. I kind of
her reason is that she tried because she thought she pictured her life without me and didn't like it. And then her life with me, she still wasn't feeling that thing, that je ne sais quoi type deal, I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty lame. Are we broken up? She was like, let's just pull back a little bit and pump the brakes and we'll figure this out. I'm like, okay. And next thing I know, after fast forward, say 5-6 months, she had moved in with me. We weren't together technically, but I didn't know we had ended things. And then she started not coming home at night. And I'm like, okay, so you're obviously seeing somebody else. I found that out through the grapevine, but
okay. So
I'm
she
like,
then moved out of the house that you were at all the time into your house.
Yes.
After you guys sort of broke up whatever little dalliances you were having.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, this makes sense because I'm trying to figure out how to get her back into, the Rockwell painting. She needs someplace to go. She's kind of screwed with where she's at. This works out great. I've got a house. I actually had a recording studio in one of my bedrooms. I completely tore it down so Mason would have his own bedroom.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So it seems like to me she probably jumped a little bit too fast, and mainly because she had the heart attack and probably overthought it. It was like, this isn't what exactly I was thinking it was. And then when she was in a spot, you were there to catch her, and you maybe just didn't see her. You got hornswoggled a little bit. And then
I did. Yeah.
And then you got this kid involved. Then you got all these fucking snakes, that are in your house.
There was 6 at the time.
Yeah.
So it's gotten smaller. Yeah.
God, that's the worst, dude. You're with a chick. She's got a kid that's not yours. You're digging the kid.
And his dad's a piece too. So I was like, all right, somebody's got to step up and be the dude for this kid.
And then they bring snakes. Now you're a snake owner. 6 of
these. Do I know this person, girl? Is she still around?
I don't know if you do or not. You know a lot of people.
Sounds really familiar, the whole situation.
You talking about a woman that's a bartender that dated a guy that used him for rent?
Yeah. Oh, and to pay her bills. Yeah.
It's like one in a. It's like if I had a nickel for every bartender that I knew did that. Melissa's like, do I know
Well,
her?
So I want to be very clear. So I didn't pay her bills. She didn't
Okay.
use me in that regard, but I would help her, and she probably knew that it was going to happen. She didn't. She wasn't like, oh, I'm going to be short on my phone bill this month, wink, wink, and then I would give her money. That wasn't how that went. I would just kind of know, all right, she probably needs a little bit of help. I hear parts of the stories, so I'll just tip her a little extra.
I'm going to answer.
I don't want it to seem like she's a totally shitty person. She's not. She just definitely did hornswoggle me.
I'm going to ask you a very important question.
Oh, goody. What you got?
If she calls you today,
Yeah,
wants to rekindle
yeah.
that relationship, even after everything that you've been put through. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, I'd be more pissed off that she left you with 6 fucking snakes to deal with than anything else.
Point.
Would you say, yeah, let's give it another shot?
Really?
No.
I honestly expected you to say yes.
I wrote
Nope.
down yes.
Nope. No
You've
chance in
got-
hell.
You've got.
So you asked me why I'm single, Bailey?
No, I didn't ask.
Because I don't want to. You have before.
No, I didn't ask this episode, but okay.
No, but you have asked me previously.
Here we
Why
go.
are you
Hey,
single? What's the
Ben,
deal?
why are
Let
you
me
single?
finish my thought for once. Shit.
I was gonna ask.
You asked me before why I'm single, and I'm telling you it's because of this situation.
Well,
I just don't want to deal with this again. So it's not worth it.
That's weak though. You can't let you. I mean, if you let one
Not
person,
weak. It's just where I'm at, dude. I've
Yeah.
done a lot of dating and stuff. I just don't feel like dealing with that again right now. I've got plenty of other stuff going on.
yeah, but that's a weak-minded mentality when you allow somebody.
I think that's a shitty thing to say. It's not weak-minded at all.
Ben, I'm going to
You
repeat.
can't call me weak-minded. I don't. No, it's not weak-minded at all. I'm not
gonna-
going to sit here for that.
Okay, great. I'm going to say something you've said 5 times so far in this episode. Let me finish. So I think it's a weak-minded mentality for people to allow other people to dictate their future. So I understand look, I was married once. It sucks. I mean, it takes years to, and my divorce was for the most part amicable, and she was cool, so it wasn't like I went through a messy divorce, but dude, it's a struggle to get back to zero. And there was a time, I think even then I'm not getting married ever again. I'm not getting married ever again. But then, it's like the world's a big place. There's a lot of good people out there. You're not going to let one person dictate the rest of your life.
I'm not letting anybody dictate anything. I'm choosing to not deal with that right now with everything else I've got going on. I'm not saying that I'll never be in another relationship. I'm saying I'm still not in the mood since that happened. It's not weak-minded. That's just taking a pause on that.
Ben is working on Ben right now, trying to get his confidence back, his game back on track. I get it. You took a hit, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not
I'm not worried about game even. I just don't care. It's like it's not a priority right now.
But how long have you been in this funk?
4 years probably.
That's a long time. See that, 6 months.
But again, it's not even like a funk though, Bailey. It's just like I don't care right now. It's really not a priority. I've got a lot of other shit going on and I just don't care. And I don't feel like being in that position right now. Someday I will, I'm sure.
Yeah, when you're 80,
just not now.
You're going to be the love of your life.
I'll be the king of shuffleboard with that fox. Not this fox, a different fox. And the fox sees somebody.
Why have you been single for the past 58 years? Tell the story. By the way, ma'am, I still have these snakes. They're like really old. I don't know how long snakes live.
That is not true. I will not have them because I don't know.
How'd you get rid of them? Who took them?
So I reached out to a couple people. Actually, one of them was our guest that we had, Amy Sewell. I spoke to her about some options. I connected with this woman that has a company called Swamp Girl Adventures that's more local than Amy was. And so one of my snakes is actually going to her to be an educational ambassador for native species. She does that. It's a 501c3. And then 2 of them went to a private collector over in Winter Garden that she does similar things. So
did you get a receipt?
What do I need a receipt for?
Write it off.
Yeah, write off.
Oh no.
Get one or just write it down and write it off.
You can write.
The only thing I'm keeping is the lizard. That's probably coming to the office, but all the snakes are.
Yeah,
There you go.
if you donated a snake to a charity, how much is that snake worth?
I don't know, a couple hundred maybe.
Say 800.
Still live on. Yeah.
Write it off. Write
Yeah,
it
I
off.
didn't even think about that.
Write everything off.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Write everything off. Make that money. Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you got rid of the snakes. That was good. You don't need
Now you can come over.
Yeah.
I would have come over anyway. I mean, I don't mind snakes. I just snake owners. I just don't understand them. I think snake owners have this like. I just don't understand it. They're not real pets. Like they don't cuddle. They don't listen to you.
They kind of can cuddle, but they might bite your ass while they're doing it.
Yeah, it just
Right.
doesn't.
Or squeeze you to death. Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just, it's maybe it's a me thing. I'm sure there's plenty of snake owners. I just too big of a risk.
It's definitely a different mentality. There is no question about that. And hopefully this story, you kind of understand a little bit better why I got into the snake thing. It was not an intentional, I love snakes, I'm going to own snakes and be the snake guy. Just kind of stumbled into it, hoping to have a connection with this kid that I wanted to be his dad, and it didn't work out. So I got stuck with freaking snakes.
you got a hornswoggle own 6 snakes. You're like, dude, if I like snakes, this kid's gonna love me, and I'm gonna be his father. I just gotta love snakes. It's gonna take me a minute, but I'm gonna get there, and this kid and I are gonna be dad and son. You're like, shit. Where'd that bitch go with my kid? You forgot your snakes. Come back. Take your snakes. Leave the kid. Take the snakes. That's what I would have said. Leave the kid. Take the snakes.
Yep. Yeah.
You seem very hurt and very scarred.
Yeah, I mean,
It's deep.
it is deep.
Deep. 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
I'm glad you can get over things so much quicker than I can, but
Oh, I'm so good at it, dude. I'm
not.
I've
I'm
learned.
an artist.
Same here.
What's that?
I can get over it too.
I can brainwash myself. I can get over people. I can forget about people, situations like a goldfish.
Out of sight, out of mind for me.
Absolutely. As soon as you screw me over, I don't know you exist. I block you from every social media. I block you on my phone. I delete it. I get rid of every ounce of you in my life. I am a firm believer that I do not want any negativity in my bubble. I don't even want to be open to it. If there's somebody that can reach me, that can bring negativity in my life, I don't want them. I get rid of them. I forget about them. Don't talk to them. It's weird because when I tell people that, they don't understand it. They're like, how did you block them on Facebook?
What a dick.
Who the fuck cares? It's Facebook. It's social media. It's like, I don't go into, it's my house, and I'll invite who I want into my house. And if I don't want you in my house, then I just don't want you in my house. There's billions of people in this world. I don't need you if you're going to treat me like that. So I just get rid of you. So but you have to look. I wasn't always like that. I had to brainwash myself, and it took a very dumb, serious, naive, stupid, life-altering altercation.
Oh, just tell us.
With myself when I was in college after my breakup. All comes from a chick with my high school sweetheart after 6 years.
Oh.
And came home one night in a certain way. And thank God it was the one time out of forever never that my roommate was there and kind of beat some sense into me as I was doing some stuff. And I remember waking up the next day and I was like, I don't give a shit about anything. And I start writing breakup poetry on my brother word processor with my 3.5-inch floppy disks.
Nice. A dot matrix printer.
And I was like, blah, 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 blah. Wish I could find that. I think I still have the disc. I just don't know how to read the disc. But it was then in my sophomore year in college, 1995, that I got to that point. I had to brainwash myself, and I became a totally different person. But I had to do it in order to protect myself. Because if not, I'd be doing what you're doing, like 4 years, 5 years.
I don't have a problem with what I'm doing.
Well,
I don't have any issue with this.
you don't
You
think
do.
No, I
Bailey
don't-
does.
You have a problem with what I'm doing, not me. I'm good.
I'm all for it, Ben, because I'm doing the same thing over here.
you haven't been with a woman in 4 years as well. Well, you are a lesbian, so that'd be true.
Well, actually, more like 10 years. The relationship went south. Even though we were together for 22 years, at a certain point, we became just friends. And then it became a hostage situation.
You hostage her hostage you.
Me.
Oh, she held you hostage.
Yeah.
She put a mask and terrorized you and waterboard you.
Not exactly, but yeah, just some bad stuff, talking bad about me. I think every other word was stupid or idiot.
Oh, she'd call you that in the house, so she like mentally got to you. So
Yeah, mental abuse. Okay.
Just beat you down and down, and then get mad, and she could be physical. I'm not, but I'm good at blocking stuff.
Jesus.
Well, the excuse was I'm Cuban. I get mad. I throw things, whatever.
God, you guys, that you can just get out, right? You can just say,
I couldn't just get out.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So she knew she had you that way.
Yep.
That's a tough spot to be in.
Plus, she kept telling me that I needed to make more money and leave radio. And I'm like, oh, I love radio. It's, it's what I've been doing forever. Yeah, the money's out of it, but, maybe you could get off your butt and bring some money in.
I was going to say she wasn't wrong on the radio thing, probably.
I know. Okay, I'm aware of that part because I
saw the future for the third time. It's like, get out now, get out. They're going to fire you eventually. We all get suckered into it though.
Right.
We always go back. And then we get fired and then we go back and
suckers. We're suckers.
Radio people are suckers for the industry.
Need a mic.
It blows. Well, you guys are an interesting group of two with your sex lives. What do you do if you're not dating anybody?
What do you do for sex, Ben?
Both of you. No, both of you.
Nothing.
Really, you're
my medication definitely makes me asexual. I minimal desire, and if there is one, it just goes away real quickly.
Wow. Ben, you're handy, huh?
Well, yeah, but also I am on pharmaceuticals as well, so the drive ain't what it used to be sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I can help you out of that. Testosterone maintenance, get you up there.
Yep.
Coconut water actually helps with your testosterone as well, too. Why don't you hire a prostitute?
Or get another bartender.
No, I'm talking about like a no strings attached.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I could do that just going down to the watering hole. I don't need to pay somebody for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ain't hard to get laid, man.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Casanova, my fault.
Well, you just don't know because you're like a married man. So
yeah, but think about when you were single before Rach showed up. It was not difficult to get laid, man. Come on.
In my 20s and my 30s, yeah. I don't think it would be the same if I were single now. I would I think I would struggle immensely in the single world.
That's another thing. Yeah. No, that's another thing. He's right. There's not as many places to meet people anymore. The office.
You do it online. You go. Well, see, here's the thing. Actually, I could be wrong. I've never done the apps. Like from what I understand, the apps are just a bang service because there's so many people that don't want the strings attached, and they go into these apps and they're like, hey,
swipe right, swipe left. Oh,
yeah,
he's cute.
Just want to have sex. So there is a guy that used to be on the show when he was single, and he was really good at the game as I was, and he was like a generation before me. And I would watch him go and sleep with all these different women, and I mean he was young, and so were they young. I mean, even at that time for me, I was like, God, they're young. But pre-apps, there were websites that he would go on. And he would just find somebody, you'd go pick her up and they'd have sex and boom, like that. And I'm not bashing it. I couldn't do it. It would make me weird. But I think the older you get,
you ask about prostitutes,
right? DTF. There we go.
here's the thing: is there's nothing wrong with prostitutes. They're out there just making a living. It's the oldest,
online dating,
oldest occupation known to man, right? You just know there's no strings attached. And I think the older you get, like you always see the older guys getting the prostitutes. Now, it's definitely a power trip for a lot of men to hire somebody knowing that you work for them. But the older lonely guys getting the prostitutes, and then you see them get busted, right? You're like, well, he's going into the massage shop or this or that. And I always feel bad for the guys because it's like, if they're not married, of course, they're just 70-year-old single, they're living paycheck to paycheck. He just wants a little closeness with a woman. That's all he wants. He's not going to be able to go to the bar and find the woman that he wants to do that with. Like if he finds the woman, it's going to take some courting. It's going to be the same age. She's going to be old. Guys at that age, single, little desperate. They want at least somebody 30 years younger.
Look, if she's good at the game, she'll convince the dude to pay stuff and convince him that she'll come back and do all these things. And she will. She'll even, not charge, but she needs a Jeep or a car to get to his house. Boom, he's going to buy her a car. I've seen that an awful lot with older men, and their kids have to come and basically, cut the ties with these people, kick them out, whatever. And usually the bank accounts are, hit really hard because these guys are desperate.
Yeah, they're sugar daddies. I mean, there's websites for the sugar. Ben was a sugar daddy for 3 months. Right?
Well, exactly. But I'm talking about the desperate guy who lives in the 55 up trailer park, who is living on a fixed income.
And give me time. I'm not there yet.
No, but if you keep going the direction you are, you're going to get duped again.
God willing.
You're going to be the 55. Yeah, the direction you keep going on this direction, Benjamin. 55 trailer park, Fox's words, not mine. Desperate, looking for a prostitute, and you're going to be in the trailer park, and you're not going to be able to find a good one because you're deep in the woods.
But you'll probably have a couple of kids, and I'm sure they'll be mulattoes. So, that'll be some bonding for you.
Didn't see that one coming. But
no.
I didn't see the mulatto kids coming. I don't know where that.
Walmart.
Why am I going to have mulatto kids?
You're not going to have them. They'll come along with the package.
Oh, she'll have them. I thought you said you'll have them.
Okay. No,
prostitute for some reason is bringing her kids to your
and they're mulatto
to the trailer.
Right, taking advantage. Just moving in maybe after the relationship's not really there.
I'm going to have a double wide, so it's all good.
Fox. Fox, what color is the sky in the world that you live in? Just out of curiosity.
It's kind of white with a little bit of blue.
I believe that. It's just a little off color than the rest of our.
Yes.
Did you cry when you got rid of the snakes, Benjamin?
Did you?
Close, actually. And the one that I thought I was most connected to, I was like, all right, bye.
You're such a crier.
You're a crier.
Artist,
cheer up.
Yeah, I did. It was very bittersweet because I was cool with seeing them go, but at the same time, I'm like, I got some years with these kids, like,
yeah,
bye.
That's sad.
It's like saying goodbye at summer camp.
Did they all have names?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So they were like, bye, Sam. Bye,
it was JJ, Presley, and Hissy. Those are the three.
Did you pet him?
Presley with 4 S's.
Oh,
Presley.
Do you pick them up before you give them a kiss? Bye, Presley.
I didn't kiss any of them. No, none of that.
See you later, man. Did you take a last picture selfie?
Nope.
Did you
rub their bellies?
Did you let the chick and her son know that you're getting rid of the snakes?
Yeah.
You did.
You offered them up? Is that what you did? Did you want them? That kind of thing?
I did that a while ago, and yeah. So her new boyfriend hates snakes, so that wasn't on the table. So I said, "Well, I'm getting rid of them one way or the other." So when I did, I just told him where they're going.
So you talk to this woman often?
Not anymore. Every once in a while.
But you reached
last time I heard was when Rick passed. She reached out.
She reached out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was sweet, just to say, "Hey, I'm sorry to hear about your brother." Well, that's classic. Okay.
Yeah.
So you reached out again and said, I'm getting rid of the snakes.
Previous to that, I'm like, look, I've got to get rid of these snakes. If you don't want them, then I'm figuring out options. So
yeah.
I mean, it's been. I was only supposed to have them for like 6 months, and that was 2 years ago.
How's the boyfriend feel that you reach out to her?
Don't know.
No.
I didn't bother asking his permission. I don't say anything inappropriate, so it's not. I don't feel like I'm crossing a boundary.
Yeah, that's. I wouldn't like that. Some of Rachel's exes reach out to her. There's nothing good to come from an ex. Nothing.
Well, it again, it's not. If I felt like I was trying to win her back or anything like that, I really do try to be respectful of people's relationships. And he seems like a decent dude. I don't know him that well, but I don't have any issues with him. I'm not trying to disrespect them. In
most exes' cases, if they're reaching out, especially after a long period of time, deep down inside, they're thinking that they can rekindle, or they're missing something and they want that from that person. And usually the other person has already moved on.
Right. It's nostalgia a lot of times for that. Yeah.
Right. Nostalgia. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great word. Nostalgia for it. So there's nothing good that can come from it. I was dealing with, I probably still am. There's this guy that Rach dated here in Orlando, and he's in the real estate business. And so when Rach was doing real estate, something happened. There was a conversation that they had or something. And then, I found out that like he'd been trying to reach out. Like I see on social media, he's like liking stuff and like, what are you doing, dude? And then he started calling and I'm going, what are you doing? And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. There's no reason for it. Like move on with your fucking life. And then he tried to friend me on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen either. Like God. I'm supposed to trust somebody that slept with my wife. After all these years, you just want to come back into the picture for what? And then now some people go like, oh, Bailey, you're insecure. You're jealous. Maybe. I would rather remove myself from a possible situation.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is really creepy, stalker X. And the fact that he tried to friend you is really reaching, you know what I mean? That's terrible.
A lot of people put themselves in bad situations because they're being too optimistic based off of twisted societal rules, where it's like, let me give them the benefit of the doubt because that's the Christian way. That's what's the worst that can happen? Fuck that. Like lower your probability, like lesser your chances of failure. If you can omit any possible obstacle, why would you not do that? What's the upside? That's what you always got to look for. Well, like, where's the money in it? If you get an argument with some guy at the gas station and he wants to fight you because you accidentally stepped on his foot, where's the money in it? I don't have to prove to this guy that I'm tougher than him. I don't have to prove to the people at the Quick Stop that I'm tougher. There's no money in it. So walk away. No big deal. I mean, you're going to feel like less than a man because you and Frederico were getting in a fight at the Quick Stop next to the soft serve Froyo. And what do you think? Everybody's going to walk out and think that you're God because you beat up Frederico? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Now, Frederico tries to break into your house and hurt you and your family.
Free game.
That's when you tear Frederico's ass apart because there's money in it. You don't do anything unless there's money in it. Like, metaphorically speaking, right? Don't do anything unless there's money in it.
But if you pop off Frederico breaking in your house, check his pockets. There might be money in it.
Yeah. Make sure that you kill him though, because otherwise the family will sue you.
Literally and metaphorically, make sure there's money in Frederico's pockets. Absolutely. Well, I think, Ben, my opinion, I think you should get a prostitute.
Go to a whore.
I think that will help you get over the 4-year celibacy funk and get a nice prostitute, like a girlfriend prostitute.
You're so close to Slumberland. Why don't you just walk past her and see what's cooking?
Dear God.
And I'll tell you this, if it's not that expensive, I'm willing to help out with the cost.
Hey,
well, here's what I can say. There's a lot of things where I really appreciate your input. This isn't one where I feel like you're on the bonus side of things. I'm not going to follow this one.
Not gonna
I'm
happen.
good.
No, this is all for helping you. I mean,
I appreciate. Yeah, I appreciate your intent. Your
I'll
intent
even
is
kick
good.
out the prostitute.
Please don't.
No.
Yeah, please have nothing to do with Ben and prostitutes. There's no good in this situation.
Nothing good can come from this conversation.
Of course, everything good's coming through that. Okay. Here's your, what the
Especially
fuck
if Slumberland's involved.
What
for
the
this
fuck?
episode. Here we go.
What the fuck?
Oh, which one are we going to do here? Oh, this one's funny.
Ooh, what she should have done.
By the way, for those that, for whatever reason, don't get the video version of the BS podcast, you can get that on Spotify. The Freebay episodes like this are also on our YouTube channel at The Bailey Show. So if you're just getting the audio version of it, that was a woman taking care of a horse that turned around and kicked the shit out of her. Very funny stuff.
In the face.
In the face.
What a horse's ass.
In the face. In the face.
Well, you know, petting the rear end of a horse like she was doing is suspect anyway. I mean, she should have known.
You're supposed to do that.
Well, she should have known that when that horse tipped his head around like he did,
You're posturing.
that he was getting mad. You know, it's like, don't touch me. I think he had just eaten also, and they turned around. I thought he was going to shit on her, honestly, the way he turned around like that.
Damn.
Lost a few teeth there, huh?
Yeah, I want to know what happened to her afterwards. Like, she's still alive? That's badass right there.
Who said, oh my God, or whatever? I bet that why they were videotaping it in the first place. I mean, there's so many reasons.
I think
So
I'm
many
curious why there was
questions.
somebody playing organ in the background while they were doing that.
Right? Yeah, the
Weird.
pad was
Like they
interesting.
knew.
There's
Mm.
whole setup all around. There's no post-production at all added.
You know, Ben, it sounded like the Jaws theme a little bit. You know,
It reminded me of Scarface. That's what that music reminds me of, Scarface.
Oh,
All right, look, if you listen to the Freebay episode, you dig just us bullshitting, please feel free to maybe take a gander over at thebaileyshow.com and subscribe. Tuesday and Thursday's episode, plus the hundreds of episodes that are already up on the website. Thank you to our title sponsor, Once Upon a Coconut, onceuponacoconut.com. Use the promo code BS Podcast 10 to get 10%. And tell me, like, when you get it, I want you to send me or post videos of you drinking it. I mean, obviously, don't be a dick about it. It's a title sponsor, but I'm guaranteeing you're going to love it. So it'd be nice. You know, you post some videos of you getting it, you drinking it. If you stop into a live ozone therapy spa while we have supplies, and we run through them pretty quick, we'll give you one for free if you want. So you can do that. Use our sponsors. We have great sponsors. You listen to them on the pre-roll at the beginning of each show. If you need any of them, please reach out to them. Say you got their information from the BS podcast. That's very, very important. We have a fantastic support system with our sponsors, our listeners, our two peers, and some even things happening in the future. I mean, I'm always doing something in the background. So I want you to always be a part of that. Thank you for the support. Thanks for listening. If you're a business and you want to be a part of the show, reach out to me via thebaileyshow.com. Like, share, follow on all of our social. If you can share some of our social media, Garrett, once again, he's probably the two peer of the week. He's transitioned, I think, from Twitter to YouTube, and our YouTube channel is really getting a lot of attention right now at the Bailey Show on YouTube. So thank you for commenting on that and sharing it on his social media. I hope that other people do the same thing. All right, Bald Badger, you got anything before we get out?
My new motto: no snakes, no prostitutes, no broken hearts.
No kids.
no wonder.
No sex. Yeah, there's a lot of no's in your life right now.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well done.
Whoop, whoop. Out of the park.
All right, Fox, you got anything before we get out?
Yeah, can we get back to pictures of your kids and your dinner on social media, please?
Absolutely. Cat videos, even though I'm not a cat person, and stop telling me if I'm wrong or if I'm right and how much you hate politics. And
Show me your dinner.
show me.
I thought that D was going somewhere else.
Show me
your what?
Show me your dinner. Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite lines in the movie Night School. Was it Rami Malco? I think that's how you say his name. He's the black guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin, but he's also in Night School with Kevin Hart.
Mhm.
And the principal walks into the classroom and he goes, "What's up, my night school?" He's just kind of like that that white guy that's trying to be thuggy. He's like, 100. I do 100. This is my house. Kevin Hart's like, "Is that a black voice?" He's like, "It's not a black voice." You're like, "That's a black voice, dude." I gotta tell you, that's a black voice. All right. Thanks for listening, dude. You guys are awesome. Keep supporting us. We keep supporting you. Love you guys to death. Talk to you soon. And bye.
Thanks for listening. Till next time, check out thebaileyshow.com. Make sure you like, share, follow on all socials. I leave you with these parting words.
Never got a pink slip either. You know what I would get? A guy would come around to my desk and say, "Get the fuck out of here!"
What do we want to talk about?
Subscribe at thebaileyshow.com. Yeah, baby.